Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Mama Janet Kataha Museveni. Would you like to welcome the greetings from His Excellency the President? Today is the official closing day for Chankwanzi, the retreat we have been undertaking for the last 1 week. He actually permitted me and the minister here, Anyakun, to be here because everything is compulsory. The closing day, even if it is departure, everybody must depart at the same time as a team. It is a departure and it is counted as another day, just departure. But we are granted the opportunity to come here to interact with you, and we appreciate sincerely the warm welcome you have given us, particularly me. Maybe the Minister of State for Labor is a host, but particularly me, I thank you for the warm welcome. I thank the exhibitors for the information they are sharing out there in the stalls. It is an honor and privilege, and indeed a solemn responsibility, to address you today at the 4th Annual National Labour Convention and Expo 2026, an important and unifying national platform that brings together government, workers, employers, and the development partners for national dialogue to shape Uganda's world of work. This year's theme, i.e., unlocking the potential of Uganda's youth labor force, advancing productivity and expanding opportunities for decent work, is both timely and aligned with Uganda's development strategic priorities. It speaks directly to one of the most pressing priorities for our nation, i.e., human capital development, as a foundation for harnessing and the demographic dividend, productivity, enterprise growth, and structural transformation across priority sectors, while strengthening labor governance systems that protect workers and promote decent work, as emphasized in the NRM manifesto 2026-2031. Ladies and gentlemen, reflecting on our journey, I recall the formidable challenges faced by workers when the NRM assumed the leadership in 1986. At that time, labor force numbered about 6.49 million, with agriculture employing 68% of the workforce, equivalent to 4.4 million people. Other significant sectors, including manufacturing, accounted for 5.9%, sales and repair services 11.2%, education 2.8%, with additional contributions from sectors like hospitality and tourism 2.3%, fishing 0.8%, and mining and quarrying 0.3%, etc. During that time, many workers had also been laid off and made redundant by factories, and numerous public and private enterprises were operating way below capacity and had shut down. As a result, our labor force was making very limited contribution to productivity and overall economic performance, which was reflected by a miserable gross domestic product of 1.5 billion US dollars. However, since then, the NRM government has consistently implemented reforms aiming at restoring stability, promoting economic growth, and improving the livelihoods of our people. Today, our economy is more stable and resilient. Investments in energy, ICT, transport, health, and education have created a strong foundation for enterprise growth, job creation, and productivity enhancement. As we advance towards the high middle-income status, our workers remain central to this transformation, as clearly articulated in the NRM manifesto 2026-2031. Ladies and gentlemen, with 73.2% of the population aged between 0 and 30 years, and a projected population increase to 104 million by 2060 from 45.9 million in 2024, the potential for economic growth is substantial, provided that we unlock the potential of Uganda's youth labor force and make the right investments in health, education, and skills development. It is encouraging to note improvements in the Human Development Index, which increased to 0.550 in 2022 from 0.525 in 2021, moving Uganda from the low to medium human development category. While progress has been made, government recognizes that challenges remain. Many young people continue to face challenges in accessing meaningful work due to skills mismatches, limited access to finance, and inadequate linkages between education and the labor market, among others. Addressing these challenges is critical to ensuring that our youth actively contribute to national development. This convention, therefore, speaks directly to one of the most pressing priorities of our country. As aligned with Uganda Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan, which emphasize human capital development as fundamental to unlocking the demographic dividend. It also reflects the NRM Manifesto 2026-2031, particularly the commitment to increase labor productivity, gainful employment, and skilling. As articulated in the NRM Manifesto, government remains committed to focus on the following priority areas in the next 5 years. Firstly, promoting investment and industrial growth to expand job creation across priority sectors. The more investments we attract, the better the terms for workers arising from the increased demand for jobs. Second, strengthening wealth creation and enterprise development initiatives, including support to small and medium enterprises and youth-led businesses as drivers of new employment opportunities. Thirdly, enhance skills development systems to support training of our people in the relevant skills that align with the job market. And strengthen labor administration and compliance, including enforcement of labor laws, policies, guidelines, standards, and protecting workers' rights across the country. In addition, promoting fair and productive employment practices, including fair wages, timely remuneration, and secure employment contracts to shield workers from casualization and exploitation, and ensure that industrial parks have designated areas for development of convenient workers' housing. Developing and strengthening labor market information systems to support policy making, monitor employment trends, assess skills gaps, enforce labor standards, and support investment and social protection planning, etc., etc. At the same time, government has made notable progress in strengthening labor governance policies that aim at improved protection for workers, clarifying employer obligations and promoting decent work. The establishment of the Industrial Court, the Medical Arbitration Board, and labor advisory boards have improved dispute resolution and strengthened social dialogue among employers, employees, and government. Further, government has also ratified key International Labour Organization conventions which have helped to align national labor standards with international best practices. While the above priorities and efforts provide a clear and strategic pathway, we must acknowledge that significant challenges remain in unlocking the full potential of Uganda's youthful labor force. The transformation we seek cannot be delivered by government alone. Therefore, the NRM government believes in partnership. The private sector must take the lead in creating jobs and driving innovations, as we know that our economy is private sector led. Employers must invest in their workers, and workers must embrace productivity, discipline, and patriotism. All of us must work together to build an economy that serves the interests of all the people. As I conclude, this convention, therefore, is not just a meeting, but it is a call to action. I urge you to use this platform to generate practical solutions that can be implemented at scale. Let us focus on what works, e.g., apprenticeships, enterprise development, digital innovation, and stronger linkages between education and employment. Let us move from discussion to action. Above all, let us remain guided by the NRM's core principle that Uganda's development must be people-centered, driven by the wealth creation and anchored in social justice. I therefore urge all the participants at this convention to engage actively, share experiences, and generate actionable commitments that will expand opportunities for young people and enhance labor productivity. We must ensure that the outcomes of this convention translate into concrete actions. Finally, I wish to reaffirm government's commitment to unlocking the full potential of Uganda's youth labor force. By sustaining the gains made and focusing on effective implementation, we can transform our demographic advantage into a driver of inclusive growth, productivity, and national prosperity. And the very final one, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and privilege to officially declare the 4th Annual National Labour Convention and Expo 2026 open. I thank you for your kind attention.